Hi, welcome to our ESPRIT 2017 Tips and Tricks video. My name is Chris Rodolfi and I'm an Applications Engineer at DP Technology. Today I'm going to demonstrate an introduction to ESPRIT's Composite Cycle using the Project Parametric machining pattern. ESPRIT's 5-axis composite operation is a very powerful and versatile operation. One of its key features is its ability to use parametric lines from solid faces and surfaces to generate a toolpath pattern. In this video, I will explore how to do exactly this. To visualize these parametric lines on a solid face, you can open up your grouping properties settings and set your face propagation to a long parametric. Now when holding Shift and selecting the face on a model, you will see a preview of their natural parametric lines. Now let's see how we can use these parametric lines to generate a toolpath. First, we need a Freeform feature that determines what shape we want to cut. Selecting the faces we want to machine as part and to avoid as check. After establishing a Freeform feature, we can apply the 5-axis composite operation to that feature. In this case, I'm going to use the parametric pattern machining pattern. When using the parametric pattern machining pattern, your drive surface needs to be a surface in your Freeform. After selecting a surface from a part of my Freeform, you will see 3 vector arrows appear. The white vector being the normal vector, the green vector being the V direction, and the red vector being the U direction. I'm going to zigzag up and down the V direction, so for my cutting direction, I want to select V direction. I want to step over from left to right, so where it says reverse step over direction, I'm going to say yes, because my U direction arrow is pointing from right to left. I also want to set pass movement as zigzag, so I can zigzag back and forth. Now taking a look at the toolpath analysis, we notice that this toolpath looks okay, but as it gets to the boss in the center, there's an interruption. To avoid this interrupted toolpath pattern, suppose we want the toolpath pattern to loop around the boss. To do this, we will need to create a drive surface with parametric lines that loop around this boss. A surface with parametric lines as described can be created using a knitted closed surface from the Knitted Surfaces toolbar. First, I'm going to select 2 vertices on the faces of choice and then the corresponding faces. The result is a knitted surface that looks as shown. Now that we have a surface with parametric lines that represent the toolpath we're going for, we can go back in and edit our 5-axis composite operation. I'm going to change my machining pattern to Project Parametric Pattern. When doing this, you'll notice 2 new technology settings appear: reverse projection side and projection distance, because we're now projecting the parametric lines of a surface onto our model. I'll go into a little more detail as to what I mean there. Say this is my drive surface that I'm projecting onto the OD of our model. You'll notice those 3 vectors appear again. The white vector being the normal vector. If reverse projection side is set to no, the projection is opposite of that normal vector. So it would be projecting out in this case. If it is set to yes, it will project towards that white vector. So that's what we would want if we were using this outside surface in this case. You also want to make sure that the projection distance is at least the amount of separation between your surface you're projecting and your freeform that you're projecting on, or else the toolpath won't be generated where it misses. So if there's an inch of separation between the surface and the OD, I want to make sure my projection distance is at least an inch. Now let's get back to the surface we'll be using for our toolpath. I'm going to select that knitted surface we created as our drive surface. Looking at the cutting direction, using the green vector or V direction looks good. And I'm going to want to step over from the outside in. So I'm going to reverse the step over direction as yes again. As for my projection distance, leaving it as a small number of 0.1 inches because the surface is right on the model will work here. We want to leave reverse projection side as no because the surface is on top of the model and we want it projecting onto the model. Also, a common mistake is adding this surface to your freeform feature. We want to leave it separate because if it was part of our freeform feature, then our toolpath would cut the shape of the surface and not the shape of the model. Now let's see what this toolpath looks like. Going into toolpath analysis again, it looks like we get a much more consistent toolpath that morphs around the boss like we were going for. In the first example, we used project parametric pattern because the natural parametric lines on the surface of the model didn't have the toolpath we were going for. It is also useful to use project parametric pattern when you have multiple surfaces that you want to create in one toolpath. If we focus on the boss here on the face, I used this surface as my drive surface. And the toolpath using parametric pattern came out like this. If we look at the toolpath analysis, you will notice some retract movements and a disconnect at the two faces. This occurred because if we look at the details of their parametric lines, they have slightly different parametrics that intersect where the faces intersect. We can eliminate this disconnect in parametric lines by again creating a closed knitted surface. A closed knitted surface blends the two faces together and you get much more consistent parametric lines. Going in to edit the previous composite operation, this time, instead of the project parametric pattern, I'm going to use project spiral. This works similarly, but project spiral creates a continuous spiral pattern that eliminates the transitions between passes that occur with project parametric pattern. Now I'll show you the comparison between the two in just a moment. First, I'm going to select my new drive surface again and inspect the vector arrows. The green vector is going to be my cutting direction, so the V direction. And I want to step over from front to back, so I'm going to leave reverse step over direction as no. My knitted surface is right on top of the model again, so I can leave a small 0.1 inch projection distance. And I want to reverse my projection side as no as well, so it projects opposite the white normal vector. Let's see how this toolpath turns out. Analyzing the toolpath again, you can see there are no disruptions and we get one continuous smooth spiral pattern. You can see in the first example these transitions as you increment from the outer profile to the inner profile. But when using project spiral, those transition movements are eliminated. That concludes today's tip video. I hope you enjoyed my introduction on project parametric pattern in a 5-axis composite cycle. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter or share this video, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks to come.